Let's get ready to rumble!
Welcome back, Chasers and Chasettes, to the fourth episode, the fourth rendition, the fourth take of Keeping It Real. It's your host, Rundown Keem, and I want to thank you and welcome you to Keeping It Real. On today's episode, today's topic is financial stability. We're going to cover subcategories such as what is financial stability, what is passive income, how to become financially responsible, what is living above your means, how to find your financial lane, and the importance of staying in your financial lane. So without further ado, let's jump straight into today's episode. Before I jump into what is financial stability, I want to kind of give a little bit of background as to why I chose today's topic. So there are people that are close to me. We won't create names for them. We won't even bring up their names. We'll just say people that are close to me. In my inner circle, of course, because as y'all know, Chasers and Chasettes, I don't fuck with a lot of people. So in my inner circle, there are two people who have struggled to pay their rent over the past 3 months. Meaning they've been working every day, they're working as hard as they can, and they're still unable to afford their rent. It's gotten to a point where they've had to do side gigs in order to make extra money that they're not making at work. They've had to do numerous fucking, shit that they just had to do a whole slew of shit in order to make the bread that they didn't have so they could cover their rent. And a slew of other bills. It was not particularly just their rent. So when I hear stuff like this, Chasers and Chasettes, I think to myself, wow, what the fuck are they doing wrong? And it's like, I know we're not supposed to judge people, and we all, have our own shit and our own vices and shit that we go through, and everybody's story is different. I understand that. But I also understand that we're all given the same 24 hours. And what you choose to do with it versus what I choose to do with it are two completely different things. But if I'm not over here struggling, why are you? Especially if you're going to work every single day. Chasers and Chasettes, for those of you who know, I stopped working for the man, and I say the man not as like the man, power to the people, but I say I stopped working for the man because I'm not working for anybody other than myself now. But I stopped working for the man back in like June. Like a week before my 50th year anniversary, I stopped working for other people and stopped working for other companies because I realized, one, I'm not a typical employee. I'm not someone that you can just, send to do all the grunt work. I'm not the one that you can just tell, oh, go do this, go do that, and I just follow you blindly. No, I'm a leader. I was born to lead, and I'm gonna have to always lead. So if I work for someone's company, I have to come in starting as a general manager. I can't come in as crew. I can't come in as cashier. I can't come in as stalker. I have to come in on the highest set level. And even though general manager isn't exactly, because you have like branch manager and district manager and shit like that, but general manager for like a specific store, whether it be fast food, whether it be retail, whether it be gas station, whatever the fuck, although I think gas station might be retail, but I believe general manager is the highest you can go inside of a store. And then who knows, within a year or two, I'm looking to promote to that district manager, to that fucking branch manager, because I've always had that leading gene inside of me. I've always had that born leader inside of me. So I can't work for other people and be expected to do other people's work because, one, I'm a perfectionist. So if you're doing something that I personally don't agree with, or if you're doing something that I personally think isn't the right way to go about something, I'm going to say something. And that has oftentimes gotten me in situations where I've gotten in altercations with my coworkers. I motherfucking have gotten fired from jobs. I've quit jobs. Like, I've gotten the police called on me at jobs. Like, it's just been a bunch of shit that I don't want to continue to deal with. So Chasers and Chasettes, I would tell you, like, if you have like a dream, if you have like something that you know you can do and you just want to like work for yourself and make your own money, do that shit, bro. Like, y'all see me pushing out all this fucking content. Y'all see me pushing out all this fucking YouTube videos, fucking TikTok videos, fucking streams. And guess what? I love doing it. Would I ever go back to working for someone else? Absolutely not. Because I have my own shit going on and I have my own money coming in and it's working for me. I love doing it. Getting up, working on somebody's clock, leaving my house, having to go and deal with bullshit and deal with people all day. That's not fun. That's not something that I enjoy doing. And that's not something that I want to do for the rest of my life. So I had to find a way in order for me to make income and fucking not have to deal with other people. Which now, after that long ass rant and rave, brings me to our first point of today's episode: financial stability. Now, chasers and chasettes, what is financial stability to you? What is financial stability to me? It may differ, but I'll give you my opinion. My personal opinion of financial stability is you have all day, right? Everybody has the same 24 hours. It just depends on what you do with yours that determines how your life is going to turn out, right? So financial stability is saying, I don't really feel like going to work this week, so I'm just going to call off. And you call off work for that entire week, right? Because you have pay or whatever, like it may not be paid leave or whatever, but you have time off that covers your week off, right? And you're not getting paid for it. Financial stability is saying, I can take this week off and I don't have to worry about where that money that I'm missing out on this week is coming from. You have a savings account. You have money for a rainy day. You have money that if something happens right now and I lose my job, I know that for the next 6 months or the next 10 months or however long it may take you, I'm okay and I don't have to sit here and go motherfucking do all these side hustle ass jobs, all these side gig ass jobs just to make ends meet. Now, I said that to say there's nothing wrong with side jobs. There's nothing wrong with side gigs. But I'm a firm believer in working one and done, okay? I've been the guy, like my job, I'm only 23. I've worked 2 jobs at one time. I've worked 3 jobs at one time just to make ends meet. And then I got to a point of realization where I'm like, listen, if I have to work more than 1 job just to make ends meet, then I'm doing something wrong. I just need 1 job where I can pay for everything that I have going on in my life, and that's it, that's all. If I choose to do side gigs for a little bit of extra money, then that's one thing. But actually having to work 2 jobs or do side gigs to make that extra money to make ends meet was something that I personally could never get accustomed to. So I'm a one and done. I need 1 job and that's just going to be my bread and butter. That's what's going to get me through those cold winter nights when fucking the heat is off. That's what's going to get me the lights back on, you know what I mean? When fucking we in the dark, you know what I'm saying? So there's nothing wrong with working side gigs if you're choosing to do it. But if it's like a forceful situation, if it's like a situation where if I don't do this, then I'm assed out completely, then you're not doing something right. I would recommend finding a different job with higher pay, or I would recommend just being, a little bit more smarter with your money, which will be another topic that we will cover in today's show. But yeah, chasers and chasettes, financial stability is being able to say, I don't feel like working today, I'm not going to work. I don't feel like working this week, I'm not going to work, and not having to worry about where that money that you're missing out of is going to come from. Not having to go out and do all this extracurricular ass shit that you really don't want to do in the first place. You're just doing it to make ends meet. You don't have to do that because you're financially stable. Now, that brings me to my second point. What is passive income? Now, passive income, chasers and chasettes, can only be explained in one way, okay? It's making money without doing shit. All right? It's just the truth. Passive income is when you make money while you're asleep. You make money while you're at home watching TV, while you're up in the morning getting ready, brushing your teeth, taking a shower, doing your hair, whatever the fuck you do, right? When you get up. While you're doing that, there is money that is being made. You are literally making money while asleep. To fucking reiterate, chasers and chasettes, passive income is the best income to have. Now, how do you obtain passive income? Now, that's a different story. Obtaining passive income can come from a numerous amount of ways. For example, what I do, streaming, right? When I stream, when I leave up my VODs, they're called VODs, right? And people go and they watch my VODs. Well, with me being a Twitch affiliate, I get paid per viewer. Like every time a viewer comes in, every time somebody chats, I get paid for all of that, right? So passive income is finishing my stream, leaving up that VOD, going to sleep or going to smoke, going to do whatever I need to go do, right? Going to take care of my family, my kids and my kid. Let me say kid. I don't have kids. Going to take care of my kid and shit, right? So, and then I get back, I check my bank account, I check my statements, and I've got a deposit from Twitch. Or I check my Twitch dashboard and I have money on my Twitch. That's passive income. Passive income is when you literally don't do shit, but you're getting paid. Now, like I said, obtaining that is to each his own, you know? You have to find your own way to make passive income. Like I just said with financial stability, find your own wave, find your own thing, find your own shit that you like to do and fucking do that. And once you do that, do it well, go hard for it, put 150,000% into everything that you do. Not 150, 150,000% into everything that you do and fucking make your passive income. It's a lot easier than you think. All these fucking women out here that are stylists, all these nail salons, all these lash techs, all of them make passive income. And you would say, well, how do they make passive income? Because if they don't do the service, then they're not getting paid. That's true. But you have to think promotion. You have to think them going out to these fucking conferences and these fucking these conventions and shit as the best fucking nail tech in your area. You're getting called to that. You get paid for that. You get paid for appearances and shit. Like there's a bunch of different things, a bunch of different avenues and ways for you to make passive income. But it's up to you to figure it out and find your wave and fucking just stick with that. Now, I will take a step back because I did skip over that. How to obtain financial stability. Now, financial stability, obtaining that is simple. You just gotta bust your ass, bro. I'm just gonna be dead ass. Chasers and chasettes, you have to put the work in. All that being lazy, all that not wanting to go to work shit, that is cool, right? Okay, but you can only do that once you're financially stable. If you're not stable and you're just calling out of work and you just fucking missing days of work so you can hang out and shit like that, and then you're wondering where your money's gonna come from, and now you're having to do these side gigs and shit because you can't afford your lifestyle anymore because you've missed out on so much work, that's stupid. That's not financial stability, that's financial stupidity. Goddamn, that's just, I'm gonna call it like I see it. That's just being a dumbass. And that will bring me to another point in this fucking episode. But we'll finish how to obtain financial stability. Obtaining it is very simple. Put your head down, put your feet on the ground, hit the ground running, and get the fucking work, okay? Don't go out all the time. Save your money. Put money up. Instead of motherfucking going out every weekend to the club and hanging out and doing whatever the fuck you do, always out the house, always outside, not in. Instead of doing all of that, chasers and chasettes, save your fucking money. Make a fucking 401k. Get a ROA account, a Roth account. Like, if you know what these are, then you're somewhere in life, okay? Mind you, as a 23-year-old, I know what all this shit is because I have all this shit, right? Most people 23 years old don't have a 401k. Most 23-year-olds do not know what a Roth account is, do not know what a ROA account is. So I'm not going to sit here. I'm not a fucking investment banker. I'm not going to explain it to you. Google is fucking free. But to obtain financial stability, all in all, put your head down, do the work, save money, miss out on fun sometimes because that's what it takes to be financially stable. You want to miss out on the fun in the short run so that way in the long haul, you can go and have as much fun as you want and you're still not worrying about, oh, I got to pay this bill, I got to pay that bill, I got to go to work today because I can't miss here and I can't miss there. You see what I'm saying? So that's how you obtain financial stability in my opinion. That's how you obtain passive income in my opinion. And now we're going to go into our next fucking point in today's episode, how to become financially responsible. I kind of just touched bases on this. Now, I need all of my bag chasers and chasettes to tune in. If you don't listen to any other part of this fucking segment today, listen to this part right here. How to become financially responsible. Stop going out. Stop wasting money. Just because you bought a slew of groceries but don't feel like cooking does not mean go and spend your money at McDonald's. Go and spend your money at fucking Applebee's, Olive Garden. No, stay home, cook. Okay? That's number one. I will say honestly that our generation, our biggest spending habit, if it's not on marijuana, it's on food. Those are our generation's two biggest fucking vices, marijuana and food. Now, you're talking to somebody who smokes marijuana every day, okay? Well, let's deep dive into this because I keep it real here on Keeping It Real. If you don't know that by now, I don't know what to fucking tell you, okay? I personally smoke every day. I cannot go a day without smoking. However, I'm medically certified. I have a medicinal card because I have PTSD. I have anxiety. So I have a slew of shit going on with me. So I have to smoke every day. I have anger issues that if I don't smoke, my anger issues, my temper is terrible. Okay. So I have to smoke every day. Sometimes I go to certain dispensaries and I'm like, yeah, fuck this shit. I can go cop it cheaper on the street. Now, the quality on the street is nowhere near the quality of a dispensary, but hell, does it really matter if you're getting booted? It really doesn't matter, right? So with that being said, bro, I smoke every day, but yet my rent is always paid on time, okay? I smoke every day, but my son's school tuition is paid on time every week, might I add, every single week. Okay, I don't remember, like, when I was young and his age, when I was going to school, obviously I didn't know about finances and shit, but really, every week, like, really? Okay, type shit. I feel it though. Thank you for watching them and keeping them safe, but okay, type shit though. I didn't know that we were paying for our fucking tuition school teacher wigs and shit and their fucking DoorDash orders, but okay, it seems like it. Anyways, Chasers and Chasettes, I said all that shit to say that I'm financially responsible because I make sure that all of my bills and shit are taken care of first before I start dealing with my vices. And that is where a lot of people go wrong at. Like I just said in the introduction of this, I got this idea from two people that are very close to me, that are very tight knit in my circle, and I communicate with them. We talk about shit all the time. And more recently, one of the people, he was kind of complaining to me. He was like, bro, like, I'm tired. Like, I'm always at work. I'm there every day and I still can't afford my bills. Truth be told, they both were saying this, all right? But I was kind of telling them, like, hey, man, listen, like, you need to find something else. And he was telling me, like, oh, man, I'm not leaving this job. It's a great job. The pay is great, but it's like, I'm just not making enough. Now, Chasers and Chasettes, is that not a contradiction? The pay is great, I'm making enough, but I don't have no damn money to pay my bills. Like, huh? You feel me? Like, I'm not here to talk shit about anybody. I'm just here to open the eyes and open y'all minds to realization that if you're working a job, even though the pay sounds great, even though the paychecks look great, if you're still living paycheck to paycheck, if you still can't afford to do shit for yourself, nice shit, even it's something small, like fucking, I don't know, get a bouquet of roses. Like, if you know anything about roses, you know roses aren't cheap. Like, I got a dozen of roses for my girl one time, and that shit was like $150. I said one time, I bought my girl roses all the time, but I'm particularly talking about because I'm thinking, hell, it's only 12 roses, so that shit only gonna be like $60. No, it was $150 for 12 fucking roses, Chasers and Chasettes. The shit is expensive. But if you can't afford to do shit like that for yourself, you need to find something different. Don't sit in this bullshit ass job that's making it seem like you're making good money, making it seem like it's a great job, and then when you turn around and it's time to pay bills, you're flat. If you don't know what flat means, it means flat damn broke. You ain't got no fucking money. You sitting here living paycheck to paycheck to pay for this bullshit ass cable bill, pay for this bullshit ass apartment that you living in, and then when you turn around, you don't even got no damn money to put gas in your fucking car. Is it really that great of a job, or does it just sound like it's a great of a job? And some of y'all Chasers and Chasettes have certain jobs because of the title, because the title sounds cool in the community, but behind the scenes, you're sitting there fucked up because you really ain't making no damn money. Now, again, I'm not an investment banker, but I am here to tell you how to become financially responsible. Like I said, stop eating out all the time. Stop going out all the time. If you have money left over and everything is done for it, put it up. That's easier said than done, Chasers and Chasettes. Trust me, it takes, in order to truly be financially responsible, you have to have discipline. I should have mentioned that, but I'll mention it now. The number one thing to be financially responsible is discipline. If you don't have monetary discipline, you're going to be fucked in the long haul. You have to be able to go into a store with $500 cash money and be like, I'm not buying shit. You have to be able to go into a store with a list. Now, I grew up on a list, okay? So it was easy for me to adapt in my adult years, obviously. But if you don't know what a list is, and a list is something that you prepare before you go to the store, highlighting specific items that you are going to the store for. So if you put on this list, I need milk, I need bread, I need eggs. Why the hell did you walk out of the damn store with milk eggs, no damn bread, but you got 2 goddamn PS5 controllers and a new PS5 headset because your other one was tripping on the aux port. Huh? Like, that's not being disciplined at all. That's just saying, fuck it, we ball. I got it. I'ma spend it. Why the hell not? You see what I'm saying? Now, granted, chasers and chasettes, I'm a firm believer that you should spend your money while you have the chance to, because you cannot take it with you. When you die, however you feel like you're gonna go, whether you just die, afterlife, whatever the fuck you feel, when you go, you can't spend that shit in your afterlife, bro. They might bury you with it, okay? I've never seen anybody get buried with money. I have seen people get buried with jewelry and shit like that, and that is why there's something called grave robbers. Just be aware. However, assuming that you don't have any grave robbers in your family or any bullshit like that at the funeral home, you could probably be buried with your money. But let's be realistic. How the fuck you gonna spend it and you dead? There is no point in saving all your damn money. And I use this as a prime example when I bring this topic up, specifically Bernie Mac. For those of you who know Bernie Mac, great. If you don't know Bernie Mac, you've probably been living under a rock like fucking Patrick Starr. However, Bernie Mac said before he passed away that his plan was to finish out his career, like finish all the comedy that he could do, all the movies that he wanted to do, and then he was going to retire. And the moment he retired, he was going to travel around the whole world, because for those of you who didn't know, Bernie Mac was a very, very rich fucking man. He was wealthy as shit. So he decided that once he retired, he was going to travel the world with all the money that he was made. How about he died right before he retired? And guess what? Did he see any part of the world other than the places he toured at? Fuck no. He didn't travel the world like how he wanted to travel the world. All that damn money either went to his family and went to charities. Like, you know how they do celebrity money when they pass away, you know, God rest his soul. But fucking that man didn't even get to live out the dream that he wanted. He worked his whole damn life, worked hard his whole damn life. He was financially stable. He had passive income, and he still was unable to live out his fucking dreams and live out his life because he's kept putting in that damn work. So I am a firm believer that you can't take it with you. It's better to spend it while you're still alive. However, when you're trying to be financially responsible, and let me also say this as well, the only way I'm saying that is because you chasers and chasers have to realize one thing, and I'm not bragging here, I'm financially stable, okay? I have passive income. So I have, you know what I'm saying, discipline when it comes to financial responsibility, but I'm also the same guy that if I go to Walmart and I see a $1,200 computer part, I can buy that and not be affected any way in fashion in my personal household. If you don't have financial stability and passive income, then you have to be financially responsible. And the way to achieve that, the way to accomplish that goal, easier said than done, the best possible way that I can think of is starting off with discipline. You have to be disciplined. You have to be able to say no. Also, you cannot be a fucking addict, okay? I'm just gonna be honest. Now, listen, all this addict, now, fuck all that. This ain't AA and this ain't rehab. You can't be no damn addict, bro. Like I said, I smoke every day because I can't afford it. If you know goddamn well that you finna spend this $50 and that $50 is supposed to go to your motherfucking phone bill, and you know that your phone is off, and these people that you applying for jobs have to call this damn number, and that phone off means you can't get no fucking calls, and instead of you taking that $50 to go pay your phone bill, you go buy some damn weed, you're a fucking addict, bro. You're an addict and you need help. You need to stop doing that shit and you need to tighten that shit up, because at the end of the day, that weed ain't gonna pay that phone bill and that weed ain't gonna get you no damn job. Well, respectfully, of course, back chasing the chasettes, I don't, endorse or condone in anything illegal. Do with that information what you will. Chasers and chasettes, man. But yeah, you got to be disciplined to be financially responsible. You have to have a good head on your shoulders. You have to have common fucking sense. It has to be realistic. Like I said, one of the gentlemen that I was talking about, again, we're not going to name names. We're not going to go too deep into details. He just made a very expensive purchase. Okay, something that he had an original plan for, and I'll cover that as well. He had an original plan for this purchase. He went against his plan. He made the purchase, fucked the plan, and it fucked him up completely. And now he's in the hole for a couple of $100s, and now he's forced to go do these side gigs, but the side gigs aren't paying what he needs by a specific deadline. The side gigs aren't paying that. So now he's kind of fucked. And now he's kind of just trying to decide if he needs to return that fucking expensive purchase that he just made, but he's trying to find other ways to do it, but it's looking like he's going to have to return the expensive purchase. And I said what I said I'll cover later is going against your own damn plan, chasers and chasettes. You cannot go against your plan. That is another point in being financially responsible. If you make a plan, stick to the damn plan. It's like I just said about the fucking list. It's like I just said about discipline. You have a plan, stick to it. If your plan says in 6 months, I'm going to save up this amount of money each, because most of us get paid what? Y'all get paid what? Every 2 weeks, right? So if I'm going to save up this amount of money every 2 weeks when I get my check, so by 6 months, I'll have this amount. Stick to the fucking plan. Don't start doing shit outside of the box. Don't start, oh, well, I said I was going to save this amount, but I could take off this amount and then I'll just cover it with the next check. No, don't do that shit. That brings me to my third point of fucking financial responsibility. Let's recap slightly. First point of financial responsibility, discipline. Second point of financial responsibility, sticking to the plan. Third point of financial responsibility, don't just be outside the box. Don't be trying to go against the grain. Don't be trying to wing it. Have your goal in front of you and do everything in your power to accomplish that goal. So I guess the third point would be have a goal and make sure you accomplish that goal. Don't stop until you accomplish that goal. But with that being said, and with you setting goals, it has to be a realistic goal. It has to be something that you know you can do. It has to be something that isn't going to fuck you up in the long run. It has to be something that is going to keep you on a straight and narrow path. It's going to keep you financially stable. It's going to keep you determined to reach it because it's something that's achievable instead of something completely off the wall. Like, for example, unless you got it like that, but you probably don't if you're trying to fucking figure out how to be financially responsible. No shade. But if you're trying to sit here and say, I'll save $1 million in 6 months and you only make $12 an hour at the Crab Shack, that's not a realistic goal. Okay, that's not fucking realistic. Something realistic is like saying, I want to save up $3,500 within 6 months and I make $12 an hour at the Crab Shack. That's realistic because you can do something like that. But point two, you got to stick to the plan. You can't be like, oh, well, shit, I'm going to do it next week, but I ain't going to do it this week. I'm going to do it in 2 weeks, but I ain't going to do it this 2 weeks. Which brings me to my fourth point. Don't take away from your savings and holler you can replace it. Okay? A lot of us do that. I was guilty of doing that at one point. Hell, I still sometimes do it. But like I said, I'm financially stable, so I can do it. Don't sit here and say, okay, well, I made this plan that I'm going to save up $3,500. And right now I have $2,500 saved, right? I'm going to take the $500, which will leave me $2,000. And then when I get paid in 2 weeks, I'm just going to pay back the $500 and then add another $500, being $1,000 total to that 2-week plan. Don't do that because it never goes the way you think it's going to go. Something always comes up to fuck you up. Something always happens to stop you. It always goes negatively. Trust me when I say, don't put your hand in the cookie jar and then say you're going to bake some more cookies to replace them. Because the cookies that you go to replace them with going to wind up either burnt, hard, or they going to fall on the floor and the dog going to eat them, bruh. Don't put your hand in the cookie jar talking about you going to replace the cookies, okay? That's my fucking third point. So to reiterate, chasers and chasettes, fucking point one, discipline. Point two, fucking make a plan and stick to it. Point three, don't stick your hand in the fucking cookie jar talking about some you gonna replace the damn cookies. Those are the easiest ways to become financially responsible. In my opinion, I've lived by those guidelines myself. Everything that I tell you guys, I've either been through or I am going through or I've done before. So I use those practices personally for my own life and they work for me. It's what helped me become financially stable and it's what's helped me become a passive incomer. Okay, so with all that being said, chasers and chasettes, let's deep dive into our next point. What is living above your means? Man, oh man, when I say what is living above your means, I know a lot of you chasers and chasettes fucking hair stood up on y'all neck. Living above your means can be described and explained in a million different ways, but I'm going to explain it simply and brutally put, you spending damn money you ain't got to fucking spend. All right, let's get into it. Look, you out here going out every weekend. You out here buying all this designer clothes and buying all these designer shoes, and you getting all this damn jewelry, and you spending money on people and giving money away and all this kind of cool shit, right? And then when you go home at the end of the day, you looking at your bank account like, damn, I needed that money to pay my rent. I needed that money to pay my light bill. You know what I mean? That's considered living above your fucking means, bro. Spending money you ain't got to fucking spend. If you don't have the damn money, if you don't have the damn funds, why the hell are you acting like it? Y'all have got to stop living like other people. Social media has ruined this generation in so many ways, but one that it's not even funny. Social media sits here and puts out these impossible images, these impossible lifestyles, and all you motherfuckers just want to sit here and just eat that shit up. Y'all idolize that shit, thinking that shit is real life. Well, I'm here to tell y'all, chasers and chasettes, all y'all rappers and shit that be, oh, this my car and all that shit is a rental, gang. All that jewelry that they got, that's they homeboy chain. And guess what they homeboy do? Some down to earth shit like construction or some shit. If y'all ever wonder why rappers and people keep such a huge entourage of people, them motherfuckers ain't doing the same shit that they doing. 9 times out of 10, they don't even be artists. They be having regular ass jobs, making decent ass money, and they just know bro from the hood, or we grew up together on some shit. So that's why I'm around. But I gotta leave by 4:30 because I gotta be at work at 6 type shit. Stop living above your means, man. Stop trying to put on a fake persona and pretend to be something that you not. Stop trying to act like you got it. In reality, you don't. Because at the end of the day, when you're flat as shit and you out here in the cold motherfucking with a metal cup, shaking that bit for some change, talking about some, could you spare some change, sir? Them same motherfuckers that you was idolizing gonna be the same people to walk by your ass and be like, don't talk to me, you fucking bum. Don't ask me for no money. Go get a job, you bum. Like, you looking at them like, nigga, you don't even got a job. And whole time behind the scenes, yes, them niggas do. Like, y'all have to realize, chasers and chasers, all them ads that we see, they get paid for that shit. Where you got fucking Beyonce on this damn Instagram ad holding up this bullshit ass bottle. She getting paid for that. It looks stupid. It's annoying to see. We get tired of it. But guess what? She got paid a bag for that shit. And we didn't know it. Well, some of us didn't know it. And we just looking at that shit like, wow, this is a stupid ass fucking bottle ad. Why the fuck they get Beyonce to endorse this bottle? She got paid for it. She got a bag for it. So while you sitting on your ass talking about some, well, fuck it, I ain't going to work, but I'm finna go buy this new endorsed Beyonce bottle. You are giving her more money. She endorsed it. She's gonna get paid when you go buy it. You're spending your hard-earned money fucking, oh, and not to mention, she endorsed it, so she's getting paid for the endorsement. You didn't get paid for nothing because you at home looking at her with this damn bottle instead of going to work and make your own fucking money. You finna go out here and buy this $500 bottle, and now you done bought this damn bottle, and now your rent looking like, nigga, we needed that $500. Your phone bill off, your Wi-Fi off, your lights off. Nigga, you in this bitch like a goddamn vampire, like you Dracula or some fucking body, because you can't afford shit because you went and bought this $500 fucking bottle. And then go ahead and try to DM Beyonce and be like, hey, so I bought the bottle and I got it, but I just can't afford my bills. You think you'd be able to motherfucking help me out and send me some money? Shit. See if that motherfucker even get open. Okay? See if she even look at that motherfucker. She ain't even gonna give you the time of day. Hell, her man, look here, Chase. I'm gonna keep it all the fucking way real with y'all. Her management team ain't even gonna glance at that bitch. Do you know how many motherfucking DMs she get on a million fucking, like, bro, that is a $1 billion woman, okay? And we not specifically talking about just Beyonce. I'm talking about, you know, in general, but she was the one that came to mind first, so fuck it, Beyonce, right? Okay, she ain't worried about your ass spending no $500 on no castle or zoo. God damn it. You spent that $500. She got paid $1 million just for sitting here holding the fucking bottle, telling y'all to buy it. And then once you spent that $500 on the bottle, she got about like $250 off that $500. Like, you got to use your brain. You got to use common sense. Stop trying to be out here, like I said, perpetrating a damn fraud. Stop trying to be that nigga and that woman and be overly what you not. If you can't afford it, then don't act like you can. Stay in your fucking lane. And that right there brings me to my next fucking point, chasers and chasettes. how to find your financial lane. It's not hard. Chasers and Chasettes, finding your financial lane is the key to finding financial freedom. If you find your financial lane, Chasers and Chasettes, you immediately find financial stability. You immediately become financially responsible. And hell, depending on what your lane is, you may be making passive income. But how do you find your financial lane? Test the waters, okay? You have a friend, okay? For example, it's me, it's you, Chasers and Chasettes. We gonna play this out as an example, as a little memoir, whatever the fuck you want to call it, okay? I go out to the mall. You come with me. They just dropped 10 new pairs of Jordans. I go into the mall and tell the cashier, ring me up for all 10 pairs of those Jordans, and I need my size, my girl size, and my son's size. So that's what? 30 pairs of fucking Jordans? Right. Yeah, that's 30 pairs of Jordans, right? And they all new. Now, if you know anything about Jordans, they're all about $200 a pop. We gonna say about $180 on the minimum end, but if you on like StockX and shit, you gonna be paying a pretty damn penny depending on what kind of Jordans, but we'll say about $180 to about $250, right? Just for this example. So I'm sitting here buying 30 pairs of brand new Jordans at $200 a pop. And you looking at me like, God damn, this nigga balling. This nigga, he finna really do that? And I pull out either a card or a water cash, put it on the counter, pay that shit. I'm finna go sit down and get me something out the fucking food court right quick while y'all bag up my shoes. You see that. Now you like, man, fuck it. I'm a ball. I'm finna do what he do. You get the same shit I get. You pay for the shit, you go home, and now you got a motherfucking red eviction notice on your door. Why? Because you couldn't afford that shit. You was living what? Above your motherfucking means. So, finding your financial lane after you test the waters is simple from there. Stop hanging out with people that got more money than you, Chasers and Chasettes. I don't like to sit here and talk shit about anybody, but we all have our own tax brackets, okay? Respectfully stay in yours. Once you figure out what your tax bracket is, that's immediately how you become financially responsible. That's immediately how you figure out your financial lane, because your tax bracket is not the same as this person and that person and that person. You have to find people that are in your same tax bracket, and that's how you stay in your financial lane. That's how you find your financial lane. Because once you fucking go out here and test the waters and you hang out with a motherfucker who just dropped 12 racks on some bullshit at some fucking restaurant, and you looking at your bank account like 12 racks is all I have from my checking to my savings, I don't have anything else, you know you're in the wrong motherfucking tax bracket. You know you're hanging out with the wrong motherfucking tax bracket. You know goddamn well that ain't your financial lane. Goddamn fucking birthday party. Y'all got kids. You and your homeboy. Y'all got kids. Your homeboy motherfucker say, hey man, we gonna have Disney at my motherfucking, for my son, we gonna take him to Disney, right? For the birthday, right? Motherfucker, you like, all right, bet. He invites you and your son. Hey, bring your son. You can bring your lady if she want to come. If not, fuck it, just, but bring your son, because, they friends and they want to come to the birthday party. Okay, bet. You go to Disney. Nobody's at the park. This nigga has bought out Disney just for you, his family, your family, and his son's friends, just so they can enjoy the park all day. You can't do no shit like that. That's not your tax bracket. That is not your financial lane. Your ass know goddamn well you can take your son to Chuck E. Cheese, get the motherfucking rat man to come out there, sing him happy birthday, and motherfucking get some goddamn cheese pizza and pepperoni pizza, and they run around and play the little games. Then do that shit. Your tax bracket, Dave and Buster's, then do that shit. Stop trying to motherfucking go tax bracket for tax bracket. What y'all kids call it, band for band. Stop trying to go band for band knowing goddamn well you only got a band to show. You only got a band to motherfucking go. You can't go band for band when you only got one damn band. Y'all got to stay in your tax bracket. You got to find your financial lane and stay in your financial lane, man. Which actually brings me to my next point. The importance of staying in your financial lane. It's very important. It is very, very important. One, embarrassment. Okay, I know Chasers and Chasettes, all of us have pride. We are all prideful. Hell, I'm prideful. My girl prideful. Hell, my son is 3 years old and he's prideful. He don't like asking for help sometimes. He get a little attitude. He don't want to ask for shit. Leave me alone. I don't need your help. Stop talking to me. Fuck you. I don't give a shit, right? So, with that being said, Chasers and Chasettes, we are all prideful. So, embarrassment is something that nobody wants to experience. The importance of staying in your financial lane is so that way you don't fuck around and find out. Okay? You want to sit here, like I just said, and fuck with somebody that's out your tax bracket, go ahead and do that shit. And when they balling out their tax bracket, guess what happens? Hate, envious, jealousy. Well, I said envious. I meant to say envy. You're going to start to obtain these specific traits because you're hanging out with people that are living a lifestyle that you can't afford. I'll go ahead and tap in a little bit about this. I actually have a story, right? And I'll give a name. I'll give a little story time for y'all. Okay. I was fucking with this one guy. Let me not say it like that, Chasers and Chase Sets. I was cool with this one guy. Like, he was my dog, right? And we're going to call him Hill. All right? Hill. Hill. We're just going to call him Hill. All right? That's not his name. That don't got nothing to do with him. But we're going to call that motherfucker Hill. Okay? So Hill was poor. Like, he wasn't poor, Chasers and Chase Sets, but he didn't have no fucking money. Bro ass was on the bottom of the barrel scraping for fucking pennies, okay? He the type of motherfucker to go to these fucking fountains and motherfucking look in the fountain, see a couple quarters and grab them out the fountain and be like, shit, they still gonna spend at the store. Now, ain't nothing wrong with that because I've been there too, right? But everything that I used to do, he hated. Hell, to this day, Chasers and Chase Sets, I don't fuck with the guy no more, but the guy stalks me on fucking social media. He stalks my Instagram, stalks my TikTok, he stalks everything I do, my Twitch, everything. But personally, I enjoy the stalking because while you stalking me, you adding another follower to my funds. So please, keep stalking me. Please, keep watching my shit. Please, keep reacting to my shit because you, sir, are paying me. But anyways, man, everything I did used to piss him off. He used to get so jealous. He used to just get so upset. Like, one time I remember, man, me and Hill, we went to Walmart, man. And I'm talking about me and my lady, we balled out because at the time we were pregnant and we were about to have our son. So obviously you got to get ready for the damn baby. Like, we didn't have shit. Like, I'm talking about we didn't have no crib. We didn't have no diapers, no wipes, nothing. We didn't have no clothes. We didn't have a fucking thing to our name as far as the baby. So we went to Walmart. And I'm talking about we spent at least $1,400 in Walmart. But it wasn't all on baby shit, okay? We bought about 3 TVs. We bought a slew of groceries. We bought a slew of baby shit. Like, we got him a crib. We got him a couch. We got him a dresser. Like, we bought him a whole lot of shit. Like a rug for his room. Like, we balled the fuck out. And Hill was with me, and he brought his girl because we made it kind of like not really a double date, but like we just all went out to Walmart to ball out type shit. At least that's what the fuck I thought. Man, this nigga over there, man, huffing and puffing. Every time we grab something, he blowing. And I ain't think nothing of it, bro. Like, at the time, I wasn't worried about it because I was worried about getting what I needed for my household. I was worried about getting what I needed for my son. And I was worried about splurging a little bit. I'll admit it, yes, I was balling the fuck out. But if you my dog, first of all, why you looking at me with jealous eyes anyway? Why you looking at me with envious eyes any fucking way? Why you hating on my shine? You should be happy that I'm shining because, nigga, you my dog. I thought. Anyways, Chasers and Chase Sets. Man, look, so we spent about $1,400, man, and bro just couldn't let that shit go. I'm talking about we went back to the house and bro was just like, man, yeah, man, y'all spent a whole lot of money, man. On the ride back to the house, yeah, bro, y'all spent a whole lot of money, man. Like, he just kept on. So one day, he said some shit, like we was talking about something and he brought that shit up, like, yeah, bro, I remember you spent hella right. Mind you, this was years later, Chasers and Chase Sets. This was like 3 years after this shit. Like I said, my son's 3. So, you feel me? Like, this is years fucking later. And he was like, yeah, man, I remember y'all went right out that one time at motherfucking Walmart, man. Y'all really like that. Y'all living like that. Bro, what? So I asked him, I'm like, Cole, why you always mentioning that shit? Every time I turn around, you always bringing up how we, you know what I'm saying, spent money and we balled out and shit. And he was like, cause I'm just saying, bro, that was way too much money to be spending, bro. And let me stop you right there. Why the fuck is you pocket watching me? Why is you fucking worried about how much money I'm spending? And just cause you ain't got the fucking money to spend don't mean I got to be worried about you. I ain't worried about what you spend, fuck nigga, even though you ain't spending nothing. So I said to him, I'm like, exactly what the fuck I just said to y'all. What the fuck you mean that was too much money to spend? It was my money to spend, cuz it wasn't yours. Like, what the problem is? And bro got defensive. We got into a whole argument about this shit, Chasers and Chase Sets. Bro was like, I know it wasn't my money, but I'm saying, I don't think that you was spending it responsibly. You was spending too much money. You spent like $1,400 just at Walmart buying TVs and shit. Mind you, everything we bought was for our son. We bought groceries, and we did buy TVs and soundbars. We did for our house. I failed to mention, we had just moved into this apartment like 8 months ago. And mind you, at the time, we were 18 and 19 years old, so we were starting out young. We didn't know what the fuck we were doing. It was our very first apartment, and we were trying to furnish the shit. So when we got the money to furnish the shit, what do? We went and furnished the shit. But bro just couldn't let that shit go. Like, he was just upset about that shit. And he was just, oh, you shouldn't have did this, you shouldn't have did that, this and that. So I told him, I'm like, bro, fuck you. Honestly, fuck you and fuck your pocket watching ass. But that brings you back to the fucking point. The importance of staying in your financial lane. You can't hang out with somebody that's not in the same tax bracket as you. Because if you hanging out with somebody who make more money than you or got more money than you, ultimately you gonna wind up being a fucking hater. Now, granted, if you ain't no hating ass nigga, then you ain't got to worry about it. Because technically speaking, we ain't supposed to hate on our dogs. I have plenty of friends that probably, well, respectfully, their parents make more money than I do. But, you know what I mean? That's cool with me. I'm not tripping. I'm not pocket watching them. They not pocket watching me. Because if you my dog, that's how that shit's supposed to go. I ain't supposed to be worried about your pockets. You ain't supposed to be worried about my pockets. If you ask me for some bread and I got it, I'm going to throw it. If I ask you for some bread and you got it, you going to throw it. And that's just it. But I'm not sitting here, oh, bro, did you go to work this week? Oh, bro, you was supposed to clock in and you ain't do that. Hell nah, bro, because that ain't my motherfucking business. If you ain't about your bread, that's you. Like I said, we all got the same 24 motherfucking hours to motherfucking deal with in a day. What you do with your 24 hours and I do with my 24 hours could be completely different things, but they will determine how your fucking financial future is going to be. And I can't stress that enough. So really, it's very, very important to find your financial lane and stay in that motherfucker. Find your tax bracket. Figure out how much money you can spend comfortably. And if you haven't gotten to a point where you can spend money comfortably, then fuck it. Who the fuck, bro? Life is a fucking marathon. It ain't no fucking race. You ain't got to do this shit like you know Lyles. You ain't got to be like Tyreek Hill. You ain't got to be like Isaiah Pacheco. You ain't got to be like none of them niggas. You can go as slow as you motherfucking want. I'm pretty sure all of y'all know this fucking story about the tortoise and the motherfucking hare. Okay? How the motherfucking tortoise beat the damn rabbit. Right? Now, man, look. Why did the tortoise win? He didn't technically win because, okay, and let's go ahead and put a pin in that. He didn't win because the rabbit was slow and him being slow and steady won him the race. He only won because he got overconfident and over cocky, the rabbit did. He was like, man, fuck that slow ass turtle, man. I'm gonna beat that boy. I ain't even got to worry about that boy. Fuck him. Took a nap, woke up, the turtle at the finish line. Now he trying to burn his ass right quick. Man, turtle already got you, bro. It's over with. But the moral in that fucking story is slow and steady wins the race, apparently. I don't look at it like that, but apparently. But for this specifically, I will say slow and steady wins the race. Find your financial lane, stay in your financial lane. Find your tax bracket, stay in your tax bracket. Stop getting on social media looking at everybody else who got this and got that, because more than likely them niggas really ain't got that. It's just a fucking image that they show. Man, look, again, I'm not going to expose anyone, but I bullshit you not. There was somebody on Instagram, and he is very, very famous. He's very notorious around the world, okay? Like yes, I know famous people. He's very fucking famous. And one time he posted a picture on his Instagram, and I'm talking about he had about like 10K in this fucking in this picture, right? So I texted his ass, and I'm like, yes, sir, I see you boys, man. Y'all living. I love to see that. Keep going. You know, this motherfucker texted me back talking about some, oh, bro, that was my rent money, cuz. That ain't no spending money. That ain't no play money. And believe it or not, Chasers and Chasettes, a lot of people do that shit. A lot of people will go to the bank, pull out their rent money because they about to go get that motherfucking cashier's check made. And guess what? They gonna take a picture with it on Instagram first. They gonna motherfucking do a little quick little Kodak spread right quick, gleefully, and motherfucking post that shit, making y'all feel like they up. When in reality, the only place that they going up to is the motherfucking Publix for a cashier's check so they can go pay that damn rent. Oh, this famous motherfucker on Instagram just went and bought a new Audi i8. Nigga, that shit was rented, my guy. That man don't own that shit. You asked that motherfucker to see a pink slip, and now he looking at you like, man, y'all in the car, man. Bro had put his phone on speaker talking about it's probably one of the hoes right quick. Hold on. It's the fucking real car place talking about some, excuse me, Mr. Johnson, you need to return that fucking car. You done had that bitch longer than what you was supposed to, and we're gonna have to charge you for that. Now he trying to hang up all fast and shit, talking about some wrong number and shit. Now your homeboy looking at you like, who is Mr. Johnson? Because nigga, that's another thing too. That got shit to do with this. This is a side note, chasers and chasers. Why is it that motherfucking nicknames from people who don't have nothing to do with their motherfucking with their life or their real name? Motherfucking nickname, Kill 'em Raj 31. Buddy ass name is Brian Jefferson. Like, what? What the fuck, chat? But nah, chasers and chasers, man. Find your financial lane. Stay in your financial lane so you ain't got to be embarrassed, so you ain't got to be fucked up. You can do what you need to do in your life. You can fucking get financially stable. You can motherfucking make some passive income. You can motherfucking become financially responsible. But importance of everything I said today is becoming financially responsible. Remember those 3 key details that I said to y'all, man. Remember discipline, stick to the plan, and don't motherfucking take cookies out the cookie jar talking about some you gonna replace them. That is really the most important part of this segment today. And with that being said, I hope y'all did in fact enjoy today's segment. I hope y'all did in fact enjoy today's episode. Without further ado, we're gonna wrap it up here. Follow me, man, where I post this on Apple, Spotify, YouTube podcasts. There will be a link tree with all of my socials attached. You can click on that link tree and you can follow me on all of my socials. You can join my Bag Chaser Association Discord so that way you can stay up to date with me and everything that I have going on with all my streams, with all the podcasting. Also, please, feedback. Like I said, you guys have been doing amazing. You guys have been giving me feedback on everything, on everybody, on every aspect, and I love it. So chasers and chasettes, if you have any feedback for what you want to hear, who you want to hear from, any interviews that you think I should do, please reach out to me, let me know. You can get in contact with me if you have any ideas for this particular show at Keeping It Real W RUNDOW. So Keeping It Real, the letter W, rundown at gmail.com. And without further ado, chasers and chasettes, have a great rest of your Friday. Have a great weekend. Peace and love to you. Peace.
Bye-bye.